Okay, folks, now we're looking at Bitcoin here. Of course, Bitcoin has just made this big, massive run up. And if you're looking at YouTube, then the very last video from me from about, 2-3 days ago, had this exact chart drawn where I show Bitcoin's going to make this bounce. Now, if you're in my Discord, and the Discord folks do get to see this a couple of days before the rest of the world, this was my message, and you see it on Twitter as well, from the 9th of March, as you can see here. So as we can see from the 9th of March, if we were to enlarge this message and repost it again for the 11th of March, basically I say that Bitcoin can go to the high 40s and even low 50s, which is what it has done. That's the scenario I sketched out. And to make it, if we can look at better here, this is around the 9th of March when the Bitcoin made its low here, around 37. Because I said there's this parallel flag going on. It's going to go up and test the top of that flag range, bounce off there and come down for a retest and possibly break down and go down again. Now, and yes, of course, that's exactly what we have done. If you have been following me on Discord, if you have been following me on Twitter, TikTok, this shouldn't be a news to you because I've talked about this. I see a parallel, channel forming here, which I would call some people call it a bear flag. In a 52% fall from 60K by Bitcoin, and you have this bear flag forming, bounce up, bounce down, bounce up, bounce down, bounce up, bounce down, maybe break down. So now I'm looking for Bitcoin to pull back. Why? Because I see a number of key resistance here. First of all, this blue line, which is the top, right? It's had been tested twice here, and we can see that blue line actually. Let me just extend from all the way back into February 2020. So that's 2 years ago. February 2020. Kind of bounced off here during May 2000. Bounced off here, June 2021. Bounced off here, August 2021, and then obviously bounced off here, right? This is December 2021, and now bounced off twice, and now we're about to hit it again. Now the orange line, as we can see, was bounced off here. Provided support here, bounced off here, bounced off here, right? And it's about to run to that line again. So both the blue line and the orange line are basically signaling some sort of very strong resistance. This is what we call confluence around 48 and a half. And if it breaks through there, then it goes to around this area, around say 51 and a half, because we've got these two tops here, and see how, look at 51 and a half, right? We've got these two bottoms here of 51 and a half, 52. This is this high here, that's 52 and a half. So that 52-ish area will be the next resistance. So then I'm looking for Bitcoin to pull back. The reason why I said that is because we looked at and if Bitcoin is to pull back, minimum, I would expect 43 and a half around here, 43 and a half, and then it's possible we get a bounce off the 40s, right? And depending on the news, depending on where the stock market is, another retest breaks down here and retest of 34 again. Right, 34, 33, or even 30, 28, it's possible. Now, as I said before, I will update when situations change. I am now getting a little bit more optimistic of what the stock market will do, and as you know, Bitcoin basically follows what the stock market does. So if that was if stocks make a big bounce, then Bitcoin should make a big bounce as well. So let's have a look at the stock market and why am I kind of optimistic lately. So, keep in mind the correlation, as you know, between stocks and crypto are pretty high. if you are only watching this and think, oh my God, Bitcoin has made this massive bounce, well, then you're mistaken. It's because stocks have made this big bounce. Not only have stocks made this big bounce, but the 10-year US Treasury yields and the 2-year US Treasury yields have both made these big bounces. So, I guess I don't know what to say to these young guys who keep on only thinking about the world revolves around Bitcoin. It doesn't. In fact, the world revolves around the United States 10-year Treasury yields. That's what I'm going to show you, right? If you know this, if you can guess where this is going, you can probably guess where, the stock market is going, and therefore where Bitcoin is going. So basically, the 10-year Treasury yield, we're going to look at a number of these instances where massive crashes happened. So let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So basically, you can see that like what the Federal Reserve is doing right now, the Fed tends to hike interest rates. And when they hike interest rates, what happens is basically Treasury yields go up, right? Treasury yields go up, go up, go up. And you can see here, basically, it's Treasury yields has gone from 3.257. The 10-year bond of the United States has gone from 3.25% up to a high of 5.25%. So 2% raise over a period of June 15th to, this is 2003 June, this is 2007 June. So it took them 4 years to get up 2%. But when it got up 2%, see how it came down first, right, before the stock market actually topped. Keep that in mind. That's a very important signal. That was the 2008, massive 2008 GFC crash, by the way, guys. If you ever heard the Great Financial Crisis, GFC, Global Financial Crisis, that's what happened. 10-year yields kept on going up. Again, here from 2016, July, to, where is this? Basically, this is 2018, October. We had another, this is a smaller crash. This is only 20%. Barely, they call it a bear market. So basically, it went up, let's see, July 2016, October 2018. So essentially 2 years, 3 months. 2 years, 3 months, it went up, what? 1.38 to 3.21. So essentially went up 1.8%. 1.8% in 2 years, 3 months. So once again, when the yields topped, stock market topped. And here again, basically, yields started dropping again, kind of a local top, and this was the COVID top. And a few weeks later, see, this was December 23rd, and then Feb 14th, right? So that's like 2 months, 2 weeks, and then it topped. Basically, stocks crashed. Okay, now I don't think I need to show you guys. These are actually that's actually the time when Bitcoin crashed as well. This entire year is when Bitcoin crashed. This is all the way from here to here. Bitcoin went down 85%. That during that 1 year of 2018. So it's very, very influential for Bitcoin as well. So why am I suddenly saying I'm a little bit more optimistic now? I'm thinking that basically, I'm not sure about Bitcoin, but stocks can actually make a new high now. So here's the thing. What people don't understand is that the world doesn't, I'll say it again, and I don't mean this as a joke, the world does not revolve around Bitcoin. The world revolves around the United States 10-year Treasury yield. Essentially, guys like Warren Buffett, those mega whales price the risk-free rate of return around the 10-year Treasury yield. And you can also argue the United States dollar. So basically, here's the thing. What if we're to look at the stocks and the 10-year Treasury yield in combination and see how they react to each other? Now, as you can see here, it's SPX / means divided by TLT. TLT is the United States long bonds, meaning 20-year or 30-year plus. It's an ETF. It's the bond price of US 20 to 30-year bonds, which means, just quickly, basically you have, how should I say, you have basically an inverse relationship between bonds and yields. So it's like houses. If you buy, $1 million house and gives you $50,000 in rent every year, then that's 5% rental yield, right? 50,000 divided by 1 million. Sorry. If you buy the same house for $500,000, then the yield obviously goes up, because $500,000, $50,000 rent each year means 10% yield, right? So that's the same thing. The higher the price, the lower the yield. The lower the price, the higher the yield, right? So it's like a seesaw. It's a mathematical relationship. It's pretty simple to get, guys. If not, then just have a look at bond yields. Basically, why do we look at this? Because it's actually very, very important for US for where Bitcoin's going next. So let's have a look at SPX. So this is, as I said, SP 500 divided by bond prices. We want to know when stocks actually are crashing, and when stocks have topped. When stocks have topped, then basically Bitcoin's probably not too far away from topping, or Bitcoin's probably already in some sort of bear market. See here, the reason why I became a little bit more optimistic is because last week this is a weekly chart, right? I waited for a weekly confirmation to have the to see what's his name, the SPY divided by TLT, or stock prices divided by bond prices, to reach a new all-time high. What does that mean? That means stock prices divided by bond prices is going higher, right? That means bond prices are relatively going lower, and stock prices are relatively going higher. Just quickly, the theory of that is basically bond prices going lower, stock prices going higher. That means stock prices going higher, bond going lower, and yields are going higher. Yields are going higher. We just saw on all these charts, we just saw that yields need to top, right? We just saw that US 10 year, we just saw that yields needs to be topping and falling for the top to happen. So we're looking for, if we get this right, we might be able to, come on. We might be able to, where is it? Hold on one second. Oh, I see. It was on the SPY chart. We might be able to predict the, one second. Okay, so this is the chart we're referring to. You want to see where 10-year yields have topped, started going down, right? These are when major tops happen. So here as well, when the 10-year yield tops and starts going down, that's when major tops in stocks happen. And that's when we would be looking out for a major crash in Bitcoin as well. That's why we're looking for yields to go down. What does it mean when yields go down? We just said yields go down, bond prices go up. Bond prices go up and stocks are going down. So therefore, on this chart, it means, that means TLT bond price is going up, SPX is going down, right? The numerator is going down, the denominator is going up. That means what? The number is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. That is so far not happening because this number has made a new all-time high, right? So therefore, what he's showing is stock prices may be going down, but bond prices are still going up, which means, which means stock prices going up, bond prices going down, and means yields going up. Yields are still going up. Yields haven't topped yet. Okay, without further ado, I'll just show you how it works and why this is insanely effective Just bear with me for 1 second. For example, okay, let's have a look at here. Let's have a look at the 2008 crash. 2008 crash, in what week did the 2008 crash happen? Remember, this is, you ask your parents, this is the day that their lives changed forever. This is the SP 500, went into a crash. The exact high was, look at this, October 8th, 2007. October 8th, 2007, okay? Now, have a look at here. The high here was June 18th, 2007, right? June 18th. The stock market didn't top till here, but this stocks by bonds index had topped 3 months beforehand, right? Gave you 3 months of signals to sell, 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 sell. Then basically bond prices started tanking, started rising, which means this ratio started tanking, which means yields started falling. Bond prices go up, yields go down, remember? Okay, let's have another look at another one. Let's have a look at this one. It's only a minor crash, only a 20% crash. Remember, we haven't even gotten there yet. The SP 500 has only gone down 12% this time. This is one time when it actually went down 20%. And okay, this happened in, the top came in, you could say October 1st, 2018. Or if you really want to be pedantic, you can say September 17th, 2018. Okay, let's have a look at the SPY-TLT ratio. And the top came in, see here, October 1st. So basically, October 1st, it gave the signal, right? SPY divided by the bond prices. Now, here, October 1st, it's still a very, very valid signal. It happened on the same week, right? Same week. And remember, it was only a 20% decline. That's still a bear market for the SPY, which is still an important event. But have a look at this. This is the famous COVID crash. We all remember this because we're all looking at the markets in February 2020. Okay, the top was Feb 18th, 2020. Feb 18th, 2020. When did the ratio crash? Okay. Where's the high on this? You could say, I think this would be the high. January 13th. January 13th. So stocks didn't crash till Feb 18th. Again, it gave you 1 month and 5 days warning. So that's why I am saying this ratio needs to be going down if stocks are topping and crashing. But instead of that, it's actually made a massive jump up, right? So think about what that means. That means basically, if the SPY has topped, if the look, I just want to say this ratio is not 100% accurate, right? It's been fairly accurate. We can't rely on 100%, but for what it's worth, it makes a lot of sense to me why this ratio would work. I do think it should work again this time, but I'm not saying 100%, right? So here, look, bonds, stocks, if stocks topped, then that would be January the 3rd, 2022. If it keeps on going down from here, then the top would have been January the 3rd, 2022, and that means the ratio would have been faulty and give us a false signal. But let's assume it's working. Let's assume if that stock divided by bond signal is correct, then basically what we're looking at is January the 3rd as the top. If January the 3rd was the top, then January the 3rd is here, right? Since then, basically, the stocks divided by bonds ratio has been going down, but it closed up last week onto a new all-time high, and then this Friday that just passed just obliterated that. What that means is, in simple words, what makes this number go up? Well, the numerator, SPX, has to be bigger than the denominator, right? TLT, which means this number is getting bigger, which means the SPY or stock market is going up, and this number is going down. That means bond prices are going down. Bond prices go down means yields are going up. As we saw on the previous chart, yields on the previous chart, right? Yields are still going up. What we need is the, oh, come on. What we need is a moment when yields turn down, finally turn down, right? And stocks start turning as well. Then there's a good chance we've hit, and for that ratio to flip, the stocks divided by bonds ratio to flip. At this rate, I'm thinking we could still see I've said there's a very small chance we see a new all-time high on Bitcoin, but now I'm thinking on the bonds market, on the SP 500, there's probably a 60% chance, better than 50% chance we see a new all-time high here, right? New all-time high. Doesn't have to be much. Like, remember, this is at 4,800 on the SP 500. It could just go to 5,000, 5,100, 5,200, not much. Like maybe 5% higher, right? Or maybe a double top, something like that. And then maybe we've seen the top in stocks. And for Bitcoin, basically, for stocks, basically, just over the next few days, I think we could be seeing a top and a pullback. Simply because, as I said in my other analysis in my Discord, that if you look at Apple, for example, Apple is the largest component stock, right, of SP 500. So it's basically, you can see it's formed its nice channel, hitting the top of the channel. Doesn't mean it's going to stop, but chances are there's a good chance it pulls back. Also, if you look at Tesla basically has been on this trend line, and it's had a overbought, nearly there, overbought rebound. Chances are it bounces off this line and comes back down. If both Tesla and especially Apple pulls back, then the SPY or the stock market, the Nasdaq, should pull back as well. So I'm adjusting my my outlook to say now I'm a little bit more optimistic on where stocks are going. I think more than 50% likely we see a new all-time high in the stocks. What does that mean for Bitcoin? Probably if I thought Bitcoin had a 5% chance of making a new all-time high, now I'm thinking more like 8%, maybe 10%. But still, majority-wise, I'm still thinking Bitcoin's probably still, as I said, for a number of months now, to my Discord, I said, for the first 6 months of 2022, I think Bitcoin's pretty much just, sideways, between 30 to 50, wild swings between 30 to 50. Okay, thank you guys. Hopefully next time I see you, it's better weather and for the market and for myself, so I can be on a beach somewhere. Thank you for your time, guys. Catch ya.